Welcome to the channel, welcome to the BOTG Adventure channel. Well, today we're going to go in for a little trip with Pepper, but we've also got the bike. Heidi is in here. No, she's not that she's not well, but I just think that recently she's been creaking and groaning and not in a sexy way. So I'm going to take it up to the bike shop and we're going to get a new rear cassette put on, a new Wolf chainring on the front that we used to have on the old bike. So a bit of an upgrade on the one that comes with the bike. New chain as well, and we're going to go for a full set of bearings. Now I can't take the bike to the bike shop in this state. I don't know why I didn't end up washing it last time. So she's going to need a wash. I'm going to have to go to the garage and power wash because it's so cold at the minute. I've literally got no water outside. So I was potentially going to be doing a bit of a hike up at Asgoth Falls as well with one of the Patreons, Mick, who's just got his van, hasn't stayed out in it yet. So a little bit of an experience for him, so he doesn't need to go out for the first time on his own. But anyway, got him out of breath already. COVID really did kill me. Anyway, let's get going. Well, I was going to stay out in the van tonight, but having looked at the weather forecast, it's snow and ice up near Ingleton, which is near this bike shop tonight. And Asgoth Falls, I don't know if many of you have been there before, that hill that goes down into Asgoth is no joke. It's a second gear trying to get back up, so I don't want to get stuck. So I'll probably knock it on the head and do it next time. Now the question is, do I go to that petrol station and wash the bike? It's a little bit cheeky in it, I think, to take your bike into the bike shop when it's absolutely caked in cow shizer. But that just means putting a wet bike in the back of the van. Bloody traffic. Bloody mountain biking, I tell you. I don't care what anybody says. There's too many people in the world. There's too many people in this country, and there's too many people on the bloody roads. It's just, humans are like a virus. There's too many of us. We need a cult, honestly. Merry Christmas. You can't put that on YouTube. You can't put that on YouTube. I'm going to show you now the escape bike shop. Here we are. So there's the escape bike shop up there. And as I said to you when I was in the van, I'm slightly embarrassed that I dropped the bike off in this state. Look at it. Just look at it. He's going to charge me an extra 200 quid, he says, for not cleaning it. Anyway, so here's the bike shop. This is the one that came recommended off Mr. Dicky Dockers. So thanks to Pete. Here we are, and as you know, most of the riders now in the group are on Specialised. I think probably our next bike is going to be a Specialised. You know it's going to happen, although I do quite like the Santa Cruz. There we go. So that's the bike shop. And I'll tell you how I've messed up in a minute when I get outside. Thanks anyway, nice to meet you. See you later, bye bye. So I've dropped all the bits off and I've completely forgotten to put the Spider in with the rest. So I've got the front chain ring, the bolts, the chain, new rear cassette. Forgot the bloody Spider, so we can't fit it. I really do feel guilty for not cleaning the bike. And yeah, these tarpaulins are absolutely brilliant. I use them all the time now. Protects your van if you've got to put anything in it. I also use it when I'm cleaning the paddleboard as well. So that's an hour and a half to get here. I'm going to have to get it in post now, get a new Spider sent up and get it in post. Right, so while we're here we'll do a little vanny goodness. The reason that I'm not staying out tonight is because even though the roads are pretty clear, it's going to be icy. There's ice and snow warning tonight. But so far, as you know, these tyres are fairly new with that grip on them. These grabbers have been absolutely brilliant, and near me there is a little road that's super steep. It was frosty and icy, and this thing just got up like it was nothing. The real test, I guess, is going to be if we actually get it proper off-road and get it into some snow. But we'll find out probably. I'm not going to stay out tonight. I was going to go with Mick, one of the Patreons. It's the first time he's been out in his van, but I've told him if you're going to stay out, you really do need to get yourself a dispacker and a heater. you need to get that, otherwise you're just going to freeze to death in your van. Now, I was talking earlier about, as you see this gap here that comes down, it gets wider at the bottom here, and it feels like when I'm in the van at this area down in the footwell is freezing. You can feel the draft coming through, and I'm not quite sure how to adjust it. So if you know how to adjust these, please do let me know, because it is freezing. Even with the heating on, I really need to get that fixed. But anyway, so here we are at the bike shop. Bit of a drive to get back. It's beautiful, crisp and fresh, just like me. But it's time to get back to Boots Towers. Boom. If you remember in one of my previous videos, I mentioned that there was a problem with the van, and I actually went to have it looked at, is that when I get on the motorway, sometimes when it's in 4th or 5th gear, the whole vehicle just seems to a complete lack of power, and the van goes bup, 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 bup. I drop it down into 3rd, and I end up having to go into the slow lane, and then it works. I drop it down and we can come back up again. Whether that's part of that remapping that we did to take the DPF and all that malarkey out, I don't know, but it's going to cost me a couple of £100 for him to look at it again, which everything in the van world, I'm soon learning, ends up costing you a lot of money. So what are you going to do then, Andy? You're just going to leave it? Well, yeah, because we did 1,000 miles around Wales, absolutely no bother at all. I only ever had this issue twice since I've been on the motorway. Barring that, no problems at all. Well, you say there's no problems. This door, I think, is going to need adjusting. I've already readjusted the back one so they were in alignment. Because what's happening now is, when I'm driving around like this, I can feel my feet are freezing. There's definitely a draft coming in. And it sounds like, you know, if you leave your windows open ever so slightly, it feels like, it sounds like it's not quite in alignment. And when I looked on the outside of the van, the bottom is not quite in alignment, and a lot of other people seem to have the same issue. If you know how to fix that, let me know. Many of you know out there, I don't really know one end of a spanner from other. So doing anything mechanical, I had to learn a lot on the bike, but on the van it's all new for me. If you know how to fix that door and realign on the front, let me know.